Hello, hello, hello. Happy New Year to you and welcome back to this space. Lovely to have you here again one more time. Thanks for stopping by. My name is Angel and today we are doing January's decks and intentions. Hurrah! Looking forward to this. Looking forward to getting the new decks out, which I've already done actually. We're already four days into January, so I've already started using some of the pairings. I'm going to start by saying that I had a bit of trouble pairing some of these this month. Some of my decks were a bit snarky. They'd kind of woken up on the wrong side of the oracle shelf, I felt, and they were like not playing nicely with the other decks. But I've gotten it all sorted, and we're going to get into the decks. So if you're no stranger to my channel, you might recognise this artwork, and you might recognise what's going on here on the table. So I've been working the last couple of months with shadow work and this dark facet of self that appeared to me that's come forward. And the Devil card this year is my card of the year. This is a Devil card from Divine Arts Tarot. This was the first Kickstarter that I backed, and I really love this representation because of the chains that are going through this devil figure. I like it that they themselves are keeping themselves bound, that they're the devil figure themselves, and that there isn't this extra figure that's controlling them. So I like this representation. So because the devil figure is my 2025 card, I have a little shrine on my Facets of Self water space, and I got my hands on a second-hand little figure, which is actually Maleficent, but Maleficent really reminds me of this dark horned figure that's like giving me this peekaboo insight into them now and again. So this is what I'm working with the Devil card and this dark horned facet of self, which is my self-saboteur. And at Christmas I purchased this book, Every Little Thing You Do Is Magic, and even the deck. And because the Devil card is the card of the year, I decided to read the description from this book, from this journal, and it resonated so much it got the cogs turning. And this is the kind of intention that's been set, I feel, for January. So I'm going to read you this. This is from this journal here. It says, "The devil is our innermost critic, the part of ourselves that has been shaped by shame and guilt. It holds us hostage, yanking the chain of confinement whenever we venture too far from our trauma. Do not react in anger, and instead consider the devil for what it is, a reflection of ourselves. Reframe your idea of your inner critic as your inner child. It is the part of us longing for validation and softness, but also needing parenting. When these hurt parts of ourselves demand our attention, how must we approach them? Explore boundaries with your most tender, traumatized selves while also honoring their struggle. Acceptance is your path to finally feeling free." So I love that message. And as mentioned, that really got the cogs turning. So I'm kind of feeling, a draw to this, to continue with this figure with my inner mausoleum work and exploring the devil more and treating this figure as like my inner child, as mentioned in the description. So with that being said, let's pop this, but look at this. This is just delish. I got this on eBay. Love it. Hope you can see, hope it's in shot. And it's, yay, there she is. Gorge. Pop her back on her altar space, and let's move these two out of the way. This was some artwork I created last year, which now sits in pride of place as well, with this card, with the whole devil shrine going on. Let's get into some decks. So today I wanted to explore or introduce my decks in an interesting way, and I stumbled upon a new channel recently called Craggy, Brook, Witchery. I'm going to link their channel in the description box. And I was watching one of their videos, and they had created a hashtag tarot crosswords, and they were, like almost playing Scrabble with the names of their decks. And so I thought today, I don't have the Scrabble, but I do have these little letter plates, I'm going to call them. And so I'm thinking of, seeing if I can spell out the decks that I want to show you. It's going to be a bit of a challenge. I'm not going to keep you, waiting. I'm going to try and do this, as quickly as I can. But I thought it'd just be a bit of fun for January. Start the year with a bit of play, and I am focusing on my inner child this month, or trying to look at this facet as an inner child. And what better way than to have some playtime? So the first decks I'm going to show you are, let's see if I can spell these out for you. Let's do this. So the first combination, we've got the Cosmic Seed Tarot, we've got the Mother Oracle, and we've got the Pluto Oracle. Let's take a look at the decks. So first combination, Oracle of Pluto, Tarot of Cosmic Seed, which I got in at Christmas, and this is my newest deck in for January. I know we're only 4 days in, but what can I say? This was a secondhand find on my favourite secondhand web page or web shop that I go to. And funny story, I just fell in love with the artwork, so I didn't Google the title. And then just before I started filming this video, I wanted to Google it so you knew what it was called. And it was Oracle of the Mothers. And now I have read the guidebook, and I've pulled a couple of cards. And it did have this reference to motherhood. And I was like, oh, that's a bit strange. Because when you see the artwork, it doesn't look like a motherly kind of deck. And so when I Googled the title, I was like, oh, what a coincidence, considering that I'm looking at reparenting this inner child this month. Very interesting. Love the synchronicities of that. So let's take a look at the backs. These are the backs of these beauties. I've edged this one in pinks and purples. Just FYI, my colour that I'm feeling drawn to for the month of January is purple. You might guess by the decks you start seeing and the colours that start appearing. Love these backs. I think these are gorgeous. These are edged out of the box. And I love, look at this, I love. There's this bison. The bison is my animal ally, in case you didn't know. Yeah, so let's flip a few cards. I have already started using this pairing. As mentioned, we are 4 days into January. And I've been using these decks for the Lionhearts Insta January challenge, which I've been really enjoying, actually, I've got to say. And these three together have been working really, really well. I love the colours and I love the art style of this. This one I was like on the fence about. I think I mentioned in my haul video that I did recently that I pre-ordered it, then I cancelled it. I pre-ordered it, cancelled it, blah, blah, blah. And then I saw this deck on Angela's channel. I'm sorry, their channel name is escaping me. I'll put it on the screen for you. And they were speaking about it, and I was like, why am I holding off with this deck? I'm going to get it. And I got it home and I really like it. So I'm really excited about working this one in January. I'm going to say I really like this deck, and I love the guidebook. I think the guidebook is fantastic. The only downfall is that there are only the keyword of what the actual shadow puppet is on the card, which is a little bit of a downfall, I think. So this is all based around shadow puppets because the deck is based around Pluto and shadow work. But I'm feeling really drawn to that, obviously, you know, with the work that I'm doing. But I do just wish that there was some kind of jump off point. I don't know enough about the animals to to be able to get an intuitive hit. But I love the guidebook. So I think I'm kind of okay with actually going to the guidebook. I have found this one quite intuitive, although I've gone to the guidebook for this one as well, just to get that extra layer for my readings. I'm really enjoying it. I love this. Look at this with the horns. You know, it kind of gives me the whole devil vibe. Oh, I do like it. I'm very excited, actually, for working with the devil card in 2025. Is that a bit macabre? Not macabre, but a bit bizarre that I'm saying that? I don't know. Sip of coffee. So I don't know what you think, but for me, this is like, it's just working really well. It's talking nicely, it's singing nicely. Really enjoying it. I'm going to take 2 more, because I usually take 2 more and then I usually continue. So yeah, let me know if you've got this deck. I do believe this was an indie deck once upon a time. And I love the cardstock. It's really swishy, swishy, swishy. Sorry, I'm alone, apart from my kitty cats, but there's something else in the room. I need to investigate. Oh, holy moly, this was a tough one. I ran out of letters. Okay, so we've got the Anam Shara Oracle. We've got the Monsoon Tarot, and we've got the Creative Consciousness. I'm missing an S, aren't I? I can't even spell here. Hold on. I'm missing an N. Oh my goodness me. Oh, well, you know what I'm saying, right? I've missed the N and the E and the SS. Let's just see if I can find an N. La-di-da-di-da. No, I've got no more N's. No, I do. Consciousness, N-E. Come on. E. Do I have another S? Yes. Consciousness. Am I in frame? I can't believe I just forgot those to spell that out. Goodness me. You would never guess that English is my, what's the word, native language, would you? Right, is that in shot? Almost. Well, you know, let's do this. Ta-da! So the Creative Consciousness Healing Oracle deck. Let's get to it. So these are the decks I'm using for Dawn Michelle's practice this year. Dawn Michelle's practice, as I understand it, which I haven't started yet, is focusing on a fairy tale theme this year, which I'm really looking forward to, which actually really, coincidentally, taps into the whole inner child reparenting, I think. Well, maybe possibly not the reparenting, but the inner child most definitely. This is a deck that I got at for my birthday, sorry, but I forgot to show it on my haul video because I'm a bit of an nincompoop like that. And there was quite a few to show. So we have got, I haven't worked with this one at all. Love the Monsoon Tarot. This is a really versatile deck for me. And the Creative Consciousness Healing Oracle is a deck that I use with my inner child facet. I'm going to say that I think the Monsoon Tarot is very versatile. I've even used it as an oracle paired with other decks. And it's just, I just love it. I would say it's one of my favourite indie decks in my collection, actually. I love this Tower card. I love that it's got this water element in it, where usually we see the fire element. I love this washing away, this cleansing. Oh, I love it. Love it. I think this is going to be an interesting deck. Once I'd already purchased one and wrapped it for Christmas, or birthday, sorry, I saw Chanel Days talking about it, and they had a really great experience with this deck. They really like the keywords and they like the key phrases. So we've got, like, for instance, water, torrents of life, in your wisdom I bathe, spirit holds me tight. With the Six of Earth and Moon Pebbles, challenging yourself with compassion. I think this is really going to tap into that, you know, treating the facets with the gentleness that they need, I feel. Sorry, I'm sipping up my coffee before it goes cold. And did I mention this one? It feels very whimsical to me, which I think is what led me to think about this one, because this one feels quite whimsical. And I know this one is very gentle. So I just thought it was a really great combination. And I tend to find with Dawn Michelle's practice, or I did last year and the previous year, is that it just taps into, you know, what I need to hear at the time, you know, on my journey. So yeah. Sorry, just updating you. I didn't find anything, you know, when I went to look of what was in the room with me. I wonder if it's some kind of bug. It's like making some kind of, you know, noise. But I can't find anything. But I just heard it now and I was like, what is that? I've been watching quite a lot of horror films recently. Insidious, for instance. Oh my God, Bennett. That totally made me jump. It was new on Netflix and I was like, yeah, I'm going to watch that because I like Insidious, the first one, although it's scary. Oh, excuse me. And I was sitting there with my kitty cat beside me. He was sleeping. There was one, it was quite early on in the film. Oh, I'm not going to tell you what happens in case you haven't seen it and you want to see it. And oh my God, I jumped out my skin. I was so frightened. And I like grabbed my cat. I don't know whether it was to protect him or to like get comfort from him. I don't know. But he was like, what are you doing, human? I'm sleeping. Leave me in peace. Oh, there's a lot of jumps in Insidious. I think it's called Insidious the Red Door. Would recommend it if you like horror films. And if you're not, you know, if you don't, you know, what's the word? Ruminate, can I say, on the films that you see. Otherwise, don't watch it. But I love horror films. And this one was a real jumper. Made me jump and I like that. So, yeah, sorry, getting back to the decks, which is what I'm supposed to be talking about. I am very excited for this pairing. Haven't started it yet. I've been working with the Insta Lionheart's Challenge, as mentioned, so I haven't gotten to these decks as yet. But I just think this is beautiful. It also picks up on the purple tones that I'm feeling this January. I say, and suddenly we get like a greeny blue card come up, and this one, you know, generally picks up on the purples as well. So yes, looking forward to this one. Okay, let's do that, and then let's move on. I love this 4 card. I love that so much. Gorgeous. Anyway, yes, let's see if I can spell out the next combination of decks. Let's get to it. A bit of a tough one to fit in the frame. So we've got Cosmic Crossroad Oracle, Crossroads, there's an S there, an extra S, which is upside down, and we've got the Transcendence Tarot. Now unfortunately I don't have as many S's, so you'll have to forgive me and I'll have to move the S there as well. So pretend there's an extra C there. C and C. Transcendence Tarot and the Cosmic Crossroads Oracle. This is a bit of a challenge. Let's get into it. So both new decks in my collection. This one came in at the end, or just before Christmas actually, 23rd of December. I purchased it second hand on eBay. Yeah, eBay. It's an indie deck, pocket version. Love the backs. I think these are gorgeous. Let me just show you the backs here. Very, very cosmic. Got a bit of a cosmic vibe going on, although I try to think of it nowadays as a liminal decks instead of cosmic. Cosmic Crossroads Oracle. This one I purchased at the end of last year. I purchased this one to coincide or to work with the Lioness Tarot Oracle. However, I feel these two are going to pair in nicely together. I mentioned at the beginning that my decks were quite snarky when I was trying to, decide on pairings, and this one was especially snarky. It wouldn't pair with any of the decks. The Cosmic Seed it didn't like the Monsoon Tarot. And I was like, what is this deck's problem? So I shuffled the deck and asked how it felt about working with me in January. And it threw out hesitation and indecision. And I was like, oh, okay. But then I paired these two together. And I mean, look at this. Judgment with truth, with this like ray of light. I like that. So after that, I was like, yeah, okay, I feel that I'm getting a better vibe from you. So we've got freedom in the world with completion. I like that. Let's move these over a little bit so you can see them a bit better in frame. I love the art style of it. I love the collage. I believe this was also an indie deck once upon a time. The 9 of Wands with waiting. Oh, I like this. This, waiting for this final push. Ooh, compassion with the 4 of Cups. This reminds me of what's that deck called I'm thinking of? Is it Zerna Faber or something like that? I've got it. I can't think of with the embellishment and the what's the word? Oh, I can't think. I'll put the name on the screen. It reminds me of that anyway. Stillness with the 9 of Cups. This is very interesting, I think, with her hair attached to the cups. That's interesting. Warning for nudity. I forgot to say that. Here we go. This is the card it threw out at me when I asked if it wanted to work with me or how it felt about working with me in January. It was like, I'm hesitant, don't know, not feeling your vibe. So we've got the Chariot and Change. I think the colours are speaking very nicely together, or working together very nicely. I mean, it's not all about aesthetics, it's obviously about messages as well. So it'll be interesting to know, once I get into these two, how they work together. Knight of Cups with sadness. I love this. I love that this person is holding a cup. This person is also holding a cup, and there's this water going on in both. Obviously these are. Well, I imagine these are tears. Or the rainbow. There's this. Possibility of turning it around. Strength with connection. When I saw this deck, I did some research on it before obviously buying it. I don't think it was very expensive. I think it was about £15 or £18. I got it like nobody else bid on it. I was really, really lucky, and I was really actually very surprised that nobody bid on it. And although saying that it was just before Christmas, so possibly people were saving money for for Christmas and present buying and things. Excuse me. And I did some research into this one, and it was a Kickstarter campaign. When I started looking at the images, I was like, ooh. And it kind of taps into the whole, excuse me, the vibe that I'm feeling for January, this this purple vibe going on. I love this betrayal. This reminds me of the Somnia Tarot, which I'm also feeling really drawn to at the minute. Betrayal with the Fool, that's interesting. I love this shroud. Yeah, so the Somnia Tarot is actually really high up on my wish list at the minute. But I'm trying to resist, because I do feel I've got a lot of shadow work decks, but it feels like it's got something to tell me as it keeps speaking to me, and it keeps, nudging me. Focus with the Three of Cups. I really like this artwork. We're going to take 2 more. Adventure with the Hanged one. That's an interesting combination. And last one. We've got the King of Cups with Individuality. Yep, this one sparks that excitement. You get that, oh, I'm looking forward to working with this one. That's what these two do for me. I think we've got one more combination of decks, and we've got a couple of stragglers. Let's get to it. So the final combination, we've got the Starseek Oracle, we've got the Lioness Oracle Tarot, and we've got the Inner Child Oracle as well. Let's get into the decks. So we've got 2 indie decks and we've got 1 mass market deck. So we've got the Starseek Oracle. This was a Kickstarter I backed. I think I opened it at Christmas last year. The Lioness Oracle, this was a secondhand find on a Facebook buy, swap, sell tarot group. And Inner Child cards, I felt drawn to these ones. This is interesting synchronicity. I felt drawn to these ones for the actual art style, and the art style to me does not speak of inner child work. So I thought, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ignore the inner child twang or theme, and I'm just going to use it because I wanted to use it with the Lioness Oracle. And then I started to read the guidebook, and the guidebook is absolutely beautiful, I think, in my humble opinion. And isn't it interesting that, this epiphany that came about with the every little thing you do is magic devil description with the whole inner child and reparenting. And then, this kind of slots in for the inner child work that I want to be doing this month. It's all very interesting, I think, The messages, come about when you're ready to hear them, I feel, or when I'm ready to hear them anyway. So we've got Let Love Guide You, choose to see the good in the world today. The Hanged Woman, I love this actually, with Explore. Ooh, okay. Now I do use the Starseeker Oracle for facet of self-work, but I really felt I need to pull this out this month. So a time to remember, look back on your childhood. With the Sun, I embrace the mysteries of life, I release the need to know. These are extra cards that were added to the campaign when certain, what they call goals were met in the campaign, or during the campaign. Disappointment is not the end, there is hope even in the darkest of nights. I love that. Oh, I love this, Falling. This is really nice, I like this. There is even hope in the darkest of nights. Ooh, I like it with the Page of Wands. Interesting, okay. I haven't worked with this combination. I'm thinking this is going to, again, slot in with Dawn Michelle's Fellowship of the Weavers practice. I think we're still being called that. Connect to eternity within. Let yourself be held by love. With the Queen of Wands. I love this with this creativity going on here. And the Map. I love this oracle, it's so good. I believe this creator, which I can't think of the name of, let me see if I can find it. They're called Nikki Farada. They are currently in the process of creating another tarot deck, which I'm, take my money now. I'm going to buy it. I love Nikki's work. Flow with the rhythm, get lost in the rhythm of movement today. With the Four of Pentacles and the Portal. I like this going on in all the images, and I love this portal card. I think it's beautiful. I've mentioned this before, this reminds me of my servitor that I'm still in the process of developing. That's another intention for this month, and even this as well. Oh, interesting. Go on an adventure. Today is the day to try something daring with clarity. And the Knight of Pentacles, that's interesting, with this knight being, the the most focused on these small baby steps. You know, yeah, that's interesting. We're going to take a couple more. We've got emotions are the reflection, look for the deeper meaning, with the Six of Pentacles and the time travel card. That's interesting too. Okay, last one. So we've got let go of the past. Oh, it's time to envision a new story. The past. I love this bridge, or like, oh, love it. Are we looking back? But we're standing on the bridge, you know, going to the next destination, but we still can't stop looking over our shoulder and looking back. Oh, love it, with the Four of Swords. It's time to, you know, take a rest from this. Ooh, love it. Okay, we're stopping there. I do have a couple more decks that are like stragglers. May I be as bold as to, you know, just bring them out quickly? I don't think I'm going to show you all the cards. Can I just say, these are blooming gorgeous bags. Let's do this. Let's not keep you here waiting while I move the things off the desk. Let's do this instead, as if by magic. Okay, so we've got two stragglers. We've got the Star Child Tarot, and we've got the Seasons of the Witch Inbog Oracle. I love this oracle. This is one of my most used out of the series of the Season of the Witch decks. I love the Inbog Oracle, and it's feeling really relevant to what I'm seeing outside my window at the minute. So this possibly could turn up, but I don't know what pairing it's going to work with. Star Child Tarot, I haven't worked with this one for, it's got to be like 2 years, 2.5 years, 3 years possibly. And my intention this year is to use the indie decks that I've not been using. So I really want to get this one out. And I was not going to show you these decks. I think this is going to, you know, with the colour palette, it's the colour palette as well that's like drawing me to it, I think, as well. And I just wonder if with the decks that I've already got in my rotation this month, if this one might slot in nicely. But I've mentioned before, I don't like the cardstock of this one. I think it's really, it's like I've spread peanut butter between the cards and don't want to, you know, separate. But it's beautiful. So I don't know. I'm going to leave it in my cart and we shall see if it turns up. Final Straggler. This was a new deck in to me for Christmas. I forgot to show it in my haul because I had it on my shelf, and what can I say? I'm a silly bean. Lucid dreaming, living. These are the backs, edged in gold. I've bought this one out recently to work with. I think it was the Cosmic Seed Tarot and that combination of decks. And it was really fantastic. The guidebook is a chunky monkey. I'm going to show you that in a second. I love all these shrouded figures again. These shrouded figures are really calling to me. You know, the Somnia is the top of my wish list at the minute because of the shrouded figures, I think. Oh yeah, the guidebook, sorry. I'm going to show you that in a wee sec. And I do like the artwork. I like this, you know. This speaking must speak. I love this kind of decks, and I love this. I'm going to stop on that because that's blooming beautiful. This is the guidebook. I'd say it's like, I don't know, A5 size, and it's like it's got chunky monkey information in it. Here's the like a picture of the card, got the title, and you've got Lucid Dreaming Teaching, which is like 2 pages, and then you even have the Lucid Living message. I don't know if you can see that, sorry. That was possibly very badly shown. But I've used this card through this deck once with the Cosmic Seed, and it blew me away. So it would be a bit silly to not bring it out this month for the work I'm working with, I think. Yeah, so that's that one. I'm going to possibly making, actually, who am I kidding? It's going to definitely be making an appearance. Keep a lookout for that. I'll let you know how I got on with that in January's favourites. Should we move along? I think we should. Now, I mentioned in my Intentions 2025 video that I really wanted to continue with Kelly Bear's #Tarot Advent project, and here I am decorating another paperback journal for this practice, which I'm going to be continuing with in January. So I'm going to link the description in the description box, the creator's video of how to create this paperback journal. I've become a total fan of it. And it really tapped into my creative need and gets the creative juices really flowing. As you can see, I'm currently copying, copying the card back of the deck that I'm going to be studying this month. Can you guess? Can you guess from the back of the card which deck I'm going to be deep diving and exploring? Let me know in the comment section, or although you're going to know by now. Yeah, so Kelly Bear's project is drawing 3 cards for 24 days, and on the 25th day creating a 6-card spread around the cards that are left. When the cards have been drawn, we take them out of the deck, and the deck grows progressively smaller through the month, and the 3 cards can be used for in any way, shape or form. And here we have the final result. Well, almost final result. I mean, you know, I'm still obviously decorating within the pages, but that will be done throughout the month as I complete the hashtag Tarot Advent with this deck, which I'm probably guessed from the cover, the Tarot of Vampires. Love the packs of these. I've edged mine in black, and this is an out of print deck currently. Now, it's been in my collection for a wee while, and I haven't felt drawn to work with it. Then in November, I started having this, what's the word? Reorganisation of my decks. I wanted to recategorise them so that I had decks that I hadn't used and decks that I had used, you know, together in one section. And my plan is, my intention is 2025 is to work with the decks that I haven't been using. And this was one of those decks. And if you've seen my videos recently, you'll know that I'm being drawn to this dark aesthetic. And it kind of started to call to me, and I was like, ooh, this could be an excellent candidate for Kelly Bear's hashtag Tarot Advent project. And here we are. So I'm really, really enjoying it. It is an intense deck, I find. I'm finding that this deck is tapping into the shadow work that I'm currently doing with the inner mausoleum and with my dark facets. The guidebook is intense as well for me because I'm quite an impatient person. I want to get in, get my message and get out. The guidebook, there's a lot of information going on. So for that reason, I find it quite intense or, you know, very in-depth. And so some days I read the cards intuitively, and other days I go to the guidebook for all of the cards. So I'm kind of what's the word? Changing it up from day to day, which I think is the whole point of Kelly Bear's project, basically, to, you know, for it to be free and easy, and for us to use the 3 cards as we see fit from day to day. So yeah, looking forward. You know, I'm having some really great readings with this, and I think this is really going to help me bond with the deck. Yeah, so that's a definite intention for January. Well, it's, you know, I'm currently working with it, so, you know, it's happening. I'm doing it. I'm living the dream. Let's move on. So here's the not so finished result of this journal page. As mentioned earlier on in the video, I'm really feeling really drawn to purple, and you saw me filling in the colour of this page. Now, you know, this is going to be a way to follow the colours that I'm feeling drawn to for the year. It's also going to be a way for me to have a quick glimpse into how my practice, you know, what it looked like from month to month. I'm going to be, you know, adding in my tarot decks I'm using for the month. My cards of the month are also going to go in here. So this is going to be something else I'm working with in January. I'm going to be adding to this as I go along in January. I'm also really glad to be using this deck again, the Secret Language of Colour. So I'm going to be using this month to month, depending on the colour that I feel drawn to. So I pulled the Indigo card, Improve Your Vision, and I'm even pulled this deck, which is Molly Roberts' Art Magic deck. This is a deck that I got quite a long time ago now. It must have been 2023 possibly. And these are the backs. They're all different colours. And my plan is, for instance, if I'm feeling drawn to purple as I am this month, I'm going to pull the purple cards and get some inspiration for some art witchery, is my thought. Now, I'm not going to use all the prompts from the cards, but I'm going to be using some of them. So for instance, let's have a quick look at some of them to give you an idea. So we've got Focus Pocus, a noisy world complete for our attention and pulls us in many directions. Invoke the power of Focus Pocus to get what is scattered. Reclaim precious time and access powerful insights. The benevolent laser beam of focus concentration energizes circumstance and swiftly brings dreams to fruition. That was quite difficult to read. Sorry, that was also really interesting. Just put this one aside, sorry. Improve your vision with Focus Pocus. Oh, that was a bit of a synchronicity. So my plan is to kind of just, pull, several other cards and go with, what resonates for me. So I'm going to pop, where's the Focus Pocus gone? I'm going to pull this forward because that felt quite, interesting. So yes, so this is also something that I'm going to be continuing with in January and decorating. I'm going to say that, I'm going to be using this for the whole year, and possibly February's page, if whichever colour I'm feeling drawn to, I might collage the whole page or just a part of the page. So I'm not necessarily going to decorate it in this way every single month. So that's going to be an interesting creative project as well, I think, for the oncoming year. So yes, that was the journal. Shall we talk about some crystals, or a crystal that I'm feeling really drawn to at the minute? Well, that's got to be fluorite. I haven't worked with fluorite for a long time, and I haven't felt drawn to work with it for a long time. I've got this one. I've got fluorite here as well, which is the green piece, but obviously I'm loving, I don't think this is coming out very well. Let me see if I can do this. Look, it's got like these kind of, what are they called? They're not called rainbows, but like, oh, it's really pretty. I love it. Sorry, let's move that away. And I've also got a couple of more pieces here. I've got a cuddle stone, and I think this is called a worry stone, but I love the cuddle stone. So I do tend to sit here, while I'm kind of looking at my cards and fiddling, as one does. So yes, feeling very drawn to fluorite this month, which was very unusual because I haven't felt called to that crystal. Oh, well, I can't even remember, to be honest. I can't even remember working with it, to be quite frank. Last things, I think we're pretty much done, aren't we? Let's move this out of the way. Yeah, I think we're pretty much done. I think that's all my intentions for January 2025. How about you? What are your intentions for January? Do you have any plans? Are you doing any deep dives? Are you working with any new decks that you got for Christmas? Are you working with any old decks that you've had for a long time and haven't had the chance to get out on your desk? Let me know in the comment section. I'm always very, very, very interested. Yeah, otherwise, I think we're pretty much at the end. So yeah, have a lovely morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Take care, and I hope to see you in the next video. Toodaloo!